Hello everybody, we are back for Bush League broadcast doing a Week 13 recap here on a Tuesday as the games got wrapped up yesterday, and we're going to be talking about the first game of the week. That was the Ottawa Redblacks at the Montreal Alouettes, or at Montreal I should say. And before we start, please make sure to subscribe if you are new to the channel. Talking about CFL here, as we are about to do now. So, this game, I did pick the Alouettes to win this, and they looked like they'd be in a good spot early to do so, as they had a comfortable lead, or at least a decent lead early on. Then all heck broke loose, if you want to say, as Harris fumbled the ball that was returned for a touchdown. Nick Arbuckle had his moments as well, and we just saw a Ottawa team that is motivated and suddenly in a possible push for the playoffs as they get a big win here, a back-to-back win in Montreal. Of course, Caleb Evans gets a rushing touchdown here as the Redblacks are able to pile it on a little bit later. Harris and the boys really probably win this if they don't have that turnover. And in general, I think that you look back at that, and that was the defining moment of the game, because they had the momentum, they had the lead. Next thing you know, things aren't going their way, and the Danny Machocha-led Montreal team seems like they're just as mentally weak as Machocha made them seem under Kahari Jones. Now, the Sunday night game, which was a really great game, unfortunate circumstances. Obviously, thinking thoughts and prayers to everyone that had to deal with the whole Saskatchewan situation, and of course the 10 people that lost their lives. I know that one of the people that were involved in that are dead. I don't know if the other one's been caught yet, but of course it was a scary situation, and I just hope nobody else gets hurt, as we saw 15 people at least get hurt. But as for the game, it was a really good atmosphere, and you just focused on football for a little bit because everybody was worried, I think, about that. But they had bigger police presence, and this one was a close game. Of course, the Rough Riders were out to an early lead. I think they had a 14-0 lead. Frankie Hickson had it going in between the tackles on their first drive. I think he had 4 carries for like 40 yards. Was just going where he needed to go. Looked good. Cody Fajardo looked good for most of this. In the second half, we saw the Blue Bombers kind of turn it around as they were down 14-0. They end up, of course, winning this game 20-18. Saskatchewan had a chance to win this. This is the thing that I hate for them. Penalties and a turnover at the end cost them this game, aside from the fact not getting points on the board. But you look at it and you think Saskatchewan might be 6-6. They are good enough to win a Grey Cup. They're going to be good enough to play with the best of the best, that being Winnipeg, and they lose by 2. They had a chance. Moss goes for a pass call there. Fajardo either got the ball tipped or he throws it and it's way high, and I think it was Hickson goes up to catch it. When you've got a back and you're trying to throw it high when it's late in the game with defenders behind him, doesn't make a lot of sense to me, but it is what it is, as the Blue Bombers clinch a playoff spot for the 6th straight season. First team to do so, and Saskatchewan has to lose at Mosaic in very heartbreaking fashion. As for the other 2 games that were on Monday night, the first one was terrible. I watched the first half, and then my wife said, "Hey, do you want to go to the store and pick up some stuff?" I ordered some stuff, and I said yes. I left the game on, so that way the viewership thing was on to help out the CFL, but I could not watch these 2 teams going into the fourth quarter. It was like 11-8. Jamie Newman, nothing against him, but McLeod Bethel-Thompson and his own team could not get this thing put away. I'm sorry. I should laugh. I shouldn't laugh. Toronto fans, I'm not making fun of you. It cracks me up because this team, they crack me up. Anyway, turnovers, Jamal Peters just feasts off Hamilton all year long. In the games they played, he's got like 5 picks against him, and Brandon Banks has a good revenge game. And the Argos find a way to beat Jamie Newman. I'm sorry. I really am sorry. I'm trying not to laugh. Anyway, Toronto gets some win, and they're probably going to the playoffs. Argos fans, it's not you. It's the fact that this team could be better, but they find ways to just disappoint. Anyway, on to the final game of the week. That was last night, the Edmonton Elks taking on the Calgary Stampeders. This game was a lot better than I expected it to be. Let's see. So you had Edmonton. They lost the game. Yes, they did. But they had a lead at halftime. Let's not forget that. Jake Mayer, of course, and the boys hosting a home game, 30,000 plus there at Calgary against their Labor Day rival, their biggest rival, and it was a good game overall. You saw it be 8-7 at the break, and then Calgary was able to get some points on the board kind of quick, and then they had to walk the punt that led into points. Again, right after that, got in great field position. That was kind of the point there. Edmonton had a longer drive towards the end, get some life. Calgary's defense made a stop, and in general, Calgary, man, I tell you, they are a fun team to watch for better or worse. I know that people look at them and say, oh, you know, they don't have the greatest of records compared to what some other teams are. Do you view them as a Grey Cup contender? Absolutely, I do. I love watching the Stamps play. I don't know if I'd say they were my favorite team to watch. I love watching all these teams play, even Toronto, when they are playing good football and not, you know, just being terrible offensively. But in general, I do feel Calgary is a very good team. In Edmonton, another close loss. What can you say? Next year, they could be better. Taylor Cornelius, kudos to you. Anyway, that is week 13, and of course, I had a blast talking about it. Toronto fans, I am sorry for laughing. Again, it's not me or you, it's the team. And on offense, watching them play sometimes is, you know how it is because you watch. But anyway, everybody, please make sure to like this video and subscribe if you're new to the channel. Stay safe, have a great night, and you go love the CFL, all right?